My name's Craig Wilson and I'm the Kilted Chef, and I've got a fantastic explosion of flavours from Aberdeenshire to maybe picnic or just enjoy with the family. And it's nice and hot here in Aberdeenshire, so what we're going to do today is Aberdeenshire honey, strawberry and pink peppercorn and basil skewers with a rhubarb, gin and ginger cream meringues. Absolutely delicious. So let's get the strawberries on the sticks and let's see what it tastes like. So I'm going to take this delicious Aberdeenshire Barra strawberries onto the skewer, and I have been told that the reason why Aberdeenshire strawberries are the best, they take a little bit longer to grow, retaining all the fresh juicy flavours, and it is a real convenience food. But I'm just going to add a little bit of more Aberdeenshire to the skewer. So I'm going to put them onto a tray, and I've just warmed through some Aberdeenshire honey. And honey is one of those ingredients that you get a real true taste of where things are grown. And the Aberdeenshire honey obviously complements the strawberries, and we're just going to let the lovely flavours penetrate the strawberries. And I've got some fresh basil, and I'm just going to chop them very roughly again, and I'm going to sprinkle over the strawberries to just add a really interesting flavour and just a hint of pink peppercorns. Just going to crunch them through my fingers onto the skewers, and they're ready for a very quick, sharp shock of a nice hot skillet or a barbecue. Absolutely delicious. So we're going to carry on now and make the lovely, fluffy, fresh meringue with a difference. So we are going to use the finest, freshest eggs, and we have plenty here in Aberdeenshire. So we are going to separate the eggs. I'm going to use 4 egg whites. Always use a separate bowl just in case you do have a little accident. So straight in like so, and separating the egg yolks from the egg whites. So I've got 4 fresh eggs, and for every egg we need 28 grams of caster sugar and 28 grams of soft dark brown sugar. So we're ready to whisk up the meringue now. So we're going to transfer that into a really clean, oil-free bowl, making sure that it is lovely and fresh, and on a high-speed whisk. Once you've got your egg whites really to a real soft peak, I like to add just a pinch of salt, and that just strengthens the meringue. At this point, you can actually turn the bowl upside down. And now we add some caster sugar and whisk it into the mix. And the meringue is light, and now with the sugar in it is nice and shiny. And finally, we add some soft dark brown sugar. So we are adding the sugar that I've weighed down. I know exactly how much I've got here. And we're stirring that through. A beautiful contrast with the egg whites, stirring it through. We are now going to add just a touch of vinegar, just about a teaspoon, and just half a teaspoon of corn flour, and giving it a gentle mix through, and then we are ready to pop onto a baking sheet. When I'm doing these meringues, I like to just take a big spoon and using my finger just to make a really rustic little meringue. Spooning it on. You can use a piping bag, but the natural look is absolutely fine. You can make them all different sizes, but the secret is to have your oven preheated. For these meringues, for my preference, 160 degrees centigrade for about 35 minutes. So you've still got a nice chew in the meringue. So there we have the meringues ready to go in the oven, preheated, and it's that simple. So now to my favourite flavour combination, strawberry, rhubarb, gin and ginger. What is there not to love? So I'm going to take a nice bit of freshly grown rhubarb from my own garden and just roughly chop. Really important you give it a really thorough wash into the saucepan. And I'm going to add a little bit of stem ginger. And that's just sticky and a really nice partner for the rhubarb. And I'm also going to add a little bit more of the Aberdeenshire honey. And I'm going to add a little bit of T. Smith gin, with a little nod to a favourite of Edinburgh's, Edinburgh gin, which is the rhubarb and ginger, which is also very, very popular all over Scotland. So onto the stove now, and that will take about 5 minutes to stew down. And we'll just leave that simmering away. And the smell in the kitchen is going to be a sensation of summer. And now for a little bit of Scottish luxury double cream. It's a real treat with a meringue. So we're going to take the cream into a nice clean bowl, and you can be as generous as you want, but I just like a little. Now, this is controversial, but I do not like adding anything to the cream. No sugar, no sweetness, but we're just going to get it to a nice soft peak. And that is the cream whipped, nice and chilled, and all that we need to do is add some of the lovely rhubarb, gin and ginger to the fresh cream with the meringues. At the last minute, all that we're going to do is get a skillet nice and hot, or possibly even on a barbecue, to just warm through, sizzle the strawberry kebab. Now that I've stewed down the rhubarb, the gin and ginger, I'm going to remove that and pour it into the bowl. I'm going to leave that just to cool down slightly and let all the flavours really marry together while I do the last bit of the summer tasting jigsaw. So time to get the meringue out of the oven and let's get this summer dessert on the table. It smells amazing, and I'm sure a lot of you will try this recipe. So the next thing we're going to do is we've got the cream, and we've got the lovely rhubarb, gin and ginger, and we're just going to add 1 tablespoon to the cream, and that is ready just to mix through to get the gentle flavours of the rhubarb, gin and ginger. So we're going to take one of the meringues and put a little bit of the lightly flavoured cream and then sandwich together like so. And then that's ready to go on to the plate. And we're going to do exactly the same again. A generous little portion. And this is for one person, not to share. For this, we've got the lovely freshly baked meringues with the rhubarb, gin and ginger cream. And now we need to take the kebab and give it a quick sizzle on the skillet. And then the rest is for you to enjoy. Okay, just a little splash of the rapeseed oil, and then we've got it nice and hot, and then we're going to take the strawberry skewer and just sizzle in the skillet like that. You're looking at about 20 to 25 seconds, and then turn, and you're really just warming through the flavours all the way around. Just a nice sticky strawberry kebab, and the smell will bring a smile to your face instantly. And that is the lovely aroma of the summer strawberries. And all that is left to do is add a little bit more of the rhubarb, strawberry and gin that's stewed down. I'm just going to add a little bit over the top, a little bit round the side. And this is a real summer sensation. Imagine you're in your garden, the sun is shining and life is good. We've got a little bit of colour from the lovely locally grown Aberdeenshire flowers. And these are Scottish ingredients that we should all be so proud. I am. Are you?